Morning, it's Priscilla in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I have been officially having too much fun. I'm going to try and change the angle of my camera just a little bit and not let it droop. It's nice and tight. So this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-prime black, and what I have been up to has been having some fun, which you may have seen recently, by just dribbling patterns onto the canvas where I feel I would like them. And I've done a black on white and a white on black. And now I want to try a gold. And I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I'm just going to do it. I need double lines in case I decide to swipe. And in some cases, I fill them in a little more. This isn't exactly the Christmas painting I had in mind, but it's not bothering me either. I may have to add to my pan of color because it's been used a couple of times, and I'm thinking I'd like some bright stuff in there. So that's cool. That's how I like to start. And I've already got some splooges over there, so I think I'm going to go ahead and give myself that corner as well. I got 15 minutes left to decide what I want to do. What I really want to do next is something I haven't done before, which is add some white to the center of these, hoping that that will help any selling I want to happen. I didn't really want that there, but I guess I'm going to have to learn to live with it. Also, I get to see what it looks like, which is cool. Right over the side with you. Yes. Some there. I gotta learn how to not dribble as much. I'm sure it's not as big of an issue as it bothers me a bit, but I'd rather not. And by filling this in, like I said, I'm going to be making an area of paint that, in theory, should be a catalyst for any other paint I decide to add on there. Yes, I see that. Oh well. And we're almost done with that theory. I kind of like to just put if I had some silver, I think I would add that there right now and see how I like that. I'm not sure if I have any silver out here. I do. I have some silver out here. So let's see what happens when I add some silver. There are no rules for me, so if I like something I see and I want to keep it, I'll just do that. It's still not very Christmassy, but I think my colors for Christmas are silver and gold and pearl. And this is just nice because I have the squeeze bottles and I can use my paint and leave my paint thick because I have the Gac 800 by Golden in every mixture, including black and white, 10 to 20% Gac to color on top of it. It's all a guesstimate. There's no absolute this or that. That silver is sort of staying on the surface and I like it. It's also got a marble in its tip and it stopped my paint from flowing. I am going to change out my marbles for nuts one of these days when I give myself the chance to go to the store. It happens once in a while, maybe once every week or two. That's bothering me. Come on out, whatever you are. Don't go back in. I just have one little neat. Come out. Really? Okay, well, I got it. It was a plug. Alright, so that's pretty cool. I don't mind that. I'm going to have to do something with this down here, though. I see that. That looks kind of like a spiral, so that doesn't bother me. I like spirals. We know that about me. I'll let that go over the side. Give it a little... Should I give a little white first? Yeah, I guess so. A little white and a little silver. That's all neat. And honestly, I could probably leave that painting right as it is. But I've been trying so hard to get around to using my basting brush that I'm still just very tempted. Now I have the white in there. And as much as I like that silver, and put it away too soon, I see that spot. And that spot. Are there any more? Maybe I can just add some more. It's nice to know that I can leave my paint thick. It really is. Because this would actually be kind of cool. It's very, very sleek and straightforward and very modern. It's also got white in it, which means that it's a perfect catalyst for me to put my Folk Art or Plaid neon purple in, one and the same. So maybe I should just sort of repeat the same. Whoops, really? Okay, fine. Repeat the same step I did with the silver, just altering the pattern a little bit. And I'm going to take liberties with that gold. I really haven't decided yet if I'm going to go for the basting brush. I mean, I definitely could. This is just a variation on a theme, but I'm not scooping paint out of any dishes yet, and I do have some that I should be using up, but I don't think that's going to make any difference to me now. So that's kind of cool. It still does not make me want to use the basting brush. I have really nice blue. Do I want that blue? I like the green. The minty green by Folk Art is a color shift. Maybe not everywhere. Maybe just a few places. That was a bubble. I see you. Goodbye, bubble. We will be using a torch to attempt to get some of the bubbles that are in the paint. That has to be shaken before you use it if you use premixed paints like I do every time. I'm not minding the little gaps. I don't know if they'll stay or not. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did. And I'm loving those simple colors. It's getting a little more getting a little more out of control. It's definitely got some life of the party going on. I didn't think I wanted to put it everywhere, but I've put it almost everywhere already. Just abstract patterns. What is that? That is a chip of dry gold. I also think I could probably take my, yes, is there a bamboo skewer here? Just as a primary example, let's see what happens. Yeah, that's okay. I like the simplicity of not doing that right now and just adding more colors. So that's what I'm going to do this time. I guess this is a whole series of experiments. Where I just do whatever I want, which I've been threatening for a long time and sort of kind of intimating that I have been doing, and I'm not sure I did nearly as much of that as I'm ready to do. I like to follow my instincts. We do know that about me. And I like to share simple methods with you guys. I'm not saying it's simple for everybody or even easy, but it's well worth playing with just to try. And I just kind of want some orange in there. I don't know which orange I want. I have several. I have much lighter versions and much darker versions. So why don't we just add a little bit here and there and see what happens with a few dots. This is way more of an abstract expressionist piece. There's really nothing accidental happening here. All the colors I'm putting down, I'm choosing. And I really want some of that light orange, and I think my problem is that I have it in the other room and I was getting ready to mix it. So let's see what happens if I let myself have a little of that yellow. I'm not so sure about that. Oops, now I have a new splooge. When I twirl that around and pick it up, it won't look quite as dramatic. Alright, so I have some lighter orange, and I guess that's the orange I'm going to use. If it'll come out. Big if. Okay. there's a moment of tip surgery. And they're big bottles, so wow, I'm glad that didn't dump over. It's not a big plug, but it's just enough to keep me from getting what I want. I really want some pink in there, is what I want. Maybe I've changed my mind now that I've taken a moment to stand back and look at what I'm doing. I still have enough white, so that might be of assistance. Hey, what's better than 1 dot? 2 dots. This is just fun. And yeah, I could use the basting brush, or I could not. And it's looking a lot like not. And I like the gold edges. I really liked what was happening earlier with the black and the white. So that's what led me to this place where I thought, oh, gold would be nice. And guess what? That's what I'm doing. Because I can. Because I can. All right. I don't know how I feel about that orange. I think I don't want it everywhere. But I'm liking it some places. So I'm going to reserve judgment right now. And keep adding. I like how the eye moves around. I haven't given up the idea of using some blue yet. I've got 5 minutes on my timer left. I have 20 minutes total before my camera shuts off. And I did use the blue. I used plenty of blue. I'm a little dippy sometimes. I think it's over here because it didn't... Okay, I'm going to ignore that one. I'm going to come back to this one. Wasn't super happy with that spot. I am thinking, I don't mind the dots. There may be more. What am I thinking? I am thinking that I like this red. I look at it in the bottle and there's a mass of it and it worries me like that. And then I put it down and stuff and I really like how it looks. Especially in the weird combination that is purple and red. Or in this case, neon purple and red. There might even be some room for some black in here. All of this could be swiped with a basting brush and become something entirely different. But I don't think that that's going to happen right now. I do think I may put some black in there. I think black or blue. Maybe the Prussian blue. I said Persian before, I know I did. And that's wrong. It's Prussian blue. Okay, well that's alright. I don't think I want a super duper overabundance of it. Maybe the dots are a good thing. Maybe they're not. I think they're okay. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's never happened before. What am I going to do now? I am going to roll with the punches. Fill in my gold. Add what? Add some white. Pretend it was there all along. Sort of, kind of, not really. Yep. Stuff happens. I can't even believe that just happened, honestly. I like this green. It doesn't seem to have upended anything terribly. It certainly isn't the end of the world. Let's see if I can get that bottle cleaned off for a second, so I can actually use it, which was my intention at the time. I'm thinking I'm going to pull a skewer through the dots, or excuse me, through the Prussian blue. I'm going to try harder to hang on to it this time. This is in lieu of the black. Throw a little heart in there. just for fun. It's probably not staying. Okay, I have some of that dark red orange, and I'm not hating it, but I'm not loving it. I'm not sure I'm going to allow it to stay there yet. I am going to come back in, now that my sun is almost gone. I'm going to use the pointy end of my skewer and see if what I can do as far as making some cool little patterns go. Dragging right through that Prussian blue, which may or may not stay on the surface. And by dropping the bottle, I've sort of changed everything, because there's no super simple straightforward, just color. Now there's mixes of color. But like I said, I'll roll with the punches and we'll figure it out. It would be a perfect time to go ahead and take the basting brush to it, but I'm not hating what I've got so much that I really want to try it right now, right yet. So I'm just going to add a few spirals, drag a few colors, probably pull out the, yep, waggle away. I miss the orange. I really want some orange now. Why do I want some orange now? I don't know. Because some of it has disappeared and I like it. So much so that I kind of want to put a line behind everything. I wonder if I can do that. I bet I can. Okay, so I fell short of my mark because I wanted to be able to not have a puddle there. And I knew I could use my skewer, clean it off in between, just to push it right up to that edge. It may bleed in. Oh, I got something that does not belong. So that's cool. That just makes me want to do the same thing with some white and some pink though. You got to give it a little bit of a squeeze to make it work. Whoops. Okay, well that doesn't matter. It's just a tiny little dot. Yeah, we're just having fun. We already had our accident, so we don't need to worry. Alright, that's terrible because I can not stop that timer and this flow of paint. I got 3 minutes left to tell you whatever I'm going to tell you, which is when you shop my Amazon link, it helps me at no extra cost to you. When you shop my Teespring, it helps me a little bit more than that. And I'm trying to introduce you to all my new and cool paintings as I get a chance to put them on Teespring. They become t-shirts and sweatshirts and tote bags, and that's cool. Sometimes they have the studio slogan because I can, and sometimes they just have the studio name, and every bit of that helps me. I do sell my artwork, and I've begun to sell my artwork more, and that's awesome. Thank you so much for all the contributions, you guys. You got me through. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. Yes, I want both pink and orange there. You figured it out. I don't know if they'll both stay, as I may have mentioned many times in the past, that I need some white. I like how the white is sort of sucking up the pink. It's kind of a surprise because white is supposed to sink, not float. But all that's pretty neat, and I like it. I just want I want to do some more stuff, and there's not that much time left, and I see things in there. I'm going to wipe that off and get that out of there. I don't know why it should be a big deal to me, but chunks dry chunks. So they're worth getting rid of when you see it. Oops, okay, that one crossed over fine. Maybe that's what was supposed to happen anyway. So what's the last color I want? I have a nice metallic turquoise, and I have this other color shift, and I don't know what will happen when I drop that on there. So, whoa, really? Okay, it's that kind of artwork. It's the everything is going everywhere. Jackson Pollock is invading my space. The ghost of Jackson Pollock. Spatters and splooges. So that's kind of cool. I don't mind that. It just makes me want a blue one. I have a link underneath the video are a lot of pieces of information. The description of my pouring medium recipe is there. Patreon and PayPal are there. And if you contribute to keep the studio going, you're entered in a contest where you will be, if you win, you'll be able to pick from 1 of 3 paintings I'm offering. Also, there's Pinterest and links to Instagram, along with Facebook albums, volumes 1, 2, and 3 at the bottom of the description. This is cool. And I think I've told you everything. I'm sure there's always something like my paintings are for sale that I forget, but I don't want to put any more orange in there. Or do I want one more little, I think I do. I want one more little just to draw the eye around nicely.